when I was young, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. That was my big dream before I even had any inclination of what MMA was. As soon as I had the opportunity and found out there was a school in Portsmouth, I started coming down. I started off at a weekend camp to see if this is really what I wanted to do, and it went from there really, the FWA Academy under Mark Sloan. When I think back to my debut, it's insane. Coach Mark Sloan, sort of as an incentive, gave everyone the opportunity to fight on a massive show here in Portsmouth, and it was like, look, whoever proves himself can go up against Alex Shane, who's a huge wrestler in the UK scene. And yeah, I managed to win that opportunity by just being dedicated, training hard. And it was a great match. Very nervous, but it was awesome to, for your first match to debut against someone of Alex Shane's caliber. Another awesome match was, again, here in Portsmouth. We had the Ring of Honor guys come over. It's a huge independent promotion. And I got to go against a guy called Jimmy Rave, which was just, it was awesome. I wanted to be the big powerhouse, but I started to realize that my height and size would always be a disadvantage. At the same time, I started getting into MMA. I was doing a sport and exercise science degree at uni, was amongst people that were from martial arts backgrounds, started watching UFC DVDs. It was at that point that I sort of, although I loved wrestling, I still do to this day, my love for MMA, grew more. My career shortly ended after that when I moved on to MMA, and here we are now.
Embassy forever!
I can't say enough good things about the company, and it's just been like an awesome ride, up and up. It's tough, man. I'm fighting the top guys in Europe, several, top 10 ranked opponents, and I've knocked them all out of there. Now I'm on an 8-fight win streak, but it's just like what I said before. It's like hard work equals great rewards, and everything that I've got is because I've put that much effort and hard work in. I remember the first matchup was against Leandro Gontijo, and it was the second time I went the distance in my career. And he was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so my game plan was to keep it standing and just, take out his front leg and, look for the finish.
Brum!
I fought Thomas Back, another tough opponent in the European top 10. Put myself in a guillotine stupidly, got out of that, and then again went the distance. And unfortunately, in my Cage Warriors career, I've gone the distance several times, which people see as a real big negative. So it was great to get back onto, the finishing ways back in Chechnya.
The chin now, though, I think. Really there was a tap. That is it.
And then the next fight was against Marat Pekov, who had my back for 2.5 minutes, over half the round. Wasn't able to finish me, and all I can remember is Coach Fury and Brian Adams coming into my corner and going, "You've seen the best he's got nothing more." I knew Pekov was a dangerous opponent, but I'm a positive mindset and I believed I could beat him, and that's what I went out and did. And you've got a lot of fighters out there that are fighting on home shows or local shows against, people they shouldn't necessarily be fighting. They should be fighting tougher opponents. I'm the complete opposite of that. I've asked for the tough fights in Cage Warriors, and to be fair, this is the first fight actually back in the UK after 2.5 years. So I fought all over, which I think adds to the experience, and keep developing myself in my career and as a fighter. Yeah, after I won the fight against Marat Pekov back in December, then I thought it's very important that I get straight back into training, because I only knew it's inevitable that I'm going to be fighting Johns or someone else in a high-profile fight. So, I extended my bank balance and my overdraft, got a sponsor to pay for my flights, and went out to Team Alpha Male. And I've been there 6 weeks training with basically the Team of the Year and then the Coach of the Year in Dwayne Bad Longwig. Not only has my wrestling improved, which was the main focus for me to go out there, but striking wise and grappling wise as well. So, I'm just ready to show everyone all the new skills I've learned and put them into action. My strength and conditioning coach is Lee Waite. I've been working with him for over 2 years. And today he was seeing what they call a hurricane circuit, which is pairing like an anabolic, like a sprint, or like you see today, a rowing machine, sprinting on that for between 25 to 30 seconds, and then pairing that with 2 exercises, 3 sets of those. And as you can see, it's quite a tough and intense regime. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for, to fight for the belt. I believe that belt's mine. And the crazy thing is, going back to the first fight in Cage Warriors, people were talking about, oh, here's Brum, he's, in title contention. And now here I am, main eventing on April the 12th in Swansea, Wales, against Brett Johns. There's a lot of respect that comes with that belt. I see Cage Warriors as one of not only the biggest promotion in Europe, but now that it's expanding globally, it's one of the biggest promotions, behind the big leaders. So for me to hold that belt cements myself as, one of the top 135ers, not only in Europe, but we're looking at the Middle East and looking on a global scale. He's a very dangerous opponent in the sense he's got a lot of heart and he's a very aggressive fighter. When he goes for that takedown, he doesn't stop, he keeps pushing for it, and he feeds off that crowd support.
Fighting out of and representing Swansea, Wales, Brett Johns!
I know he's going to have a big crowd support behind him, but I think going back to my pro wrestling days, that helps me. For me, anything is all about having an exciting fight. So whether the crowd boo, the crowd cheer, it's important they're making noise. If the crowd is silent, that's when I feel there's a problem. Well, they talk about Brett Johns being undefeated. I'm undefeated in Cage Warriors. I'm the bigger, stronger, more aggressive fighter with more experience. I've been fighting European opposition all around the world. I'm not afraid of anything that he brings. If anything, he's got to be afraid of what I've been doing. Training 6 weeks at Team Alpha Male, second time out there, while he's been sitting on the sidelines injured. It's not going 5 rounds. Wait till I put it on him, move forward, meet him in the middle, punch him in the face. He doesn't like being punched. He won't be able to take me down. It's a certainty. And if he does take me down, I'll get back up. He's a nice guy. I hope that afterwards we can be friends and ultimately maybe train together and share each other's tactics and secrets and some moves and stuff. But, at the end of the day, we're fighting on that night. He's my enemy. Mentally and physically, I'm in the best shape of my life. So I'm ready to take that belt on April 12th.